Hello and welcome everybody, this is Soul River, and well, I couldn't play this tournament but I still want to cast it anyway. So I have a lot of games from the other tournament that I haven't casted just yet. Oh, let's just start running this so you have something to watch while I'm boringly talking. But I have a lot of games from the previous tournament to cast yet, but I wanna do at least 4 games, the first 4, A, B, C and D from round 1, just to get it going, just to give some hype. Anyway, this is a new series that they are planning for the tournament, for the tournament. It's a new series of tournaments that the community, one member of the community in specific that I don't know, can't remember now who started the topic, but he started with a great intention of making one tournament every single week, which is really good because it's a great way to play the game. It's a great way, and me in particular, I love to play tournaments on the weekend, especially because during the weekdays I am busy, but I can arrange some hours of the weekend for myself to play Supreme Commander, and it's always nice to play a tournament. It's just great to be part of something big that you know that a lot of great players are all together doing the same thing at the same moment. So this is one of the most important tournaments, the one for newbies, for people that are beginning to play in Supreme Commander. Well, some here or most here aren't exactly newbies per se, because they already are playing for a lot of long time, but they probably don't get a lot of cast time from other games, because normally only the best ones gets to be in the best spots from the other tournaments. Anyway, and oh yes, the most important, people that are beginning the tournament, that are beginning to play, always value, I don't know the term in English, but they find that, I think that they find having their game casted way more valuable than someone who already has, that someone is an expert, because they already had great things to show for. People that are beginning will enjoy way more having their games casted. That's why I'm really looking forward to cast this tournament. That is why, because at least their player himself, Chile does Schaf here, or Rayoner, at least them should like to watch this replay later on. Well, they probably won't like to watch this one because I'm just talking about other things and not about their game. But yeah, I think you understand what I'm saying. But normally they will enjoy. So let's cut the crap out, or actually I didn't cut it, but I'm all out of crap to talk. Let's start talking about the game anyway. Here we have from the TOS clan tag, or TOS, Chile does Schaf, and And as I saw, he didn't play a lot of ladder games. His last ladder game was in May.
Who are you talking to?
Now, just a moment. Yeah, that was my jealous girlfriend thinking that I'm talking to someone on Skype. Anyway, Chili the Schaf has played a lot of games from not the ladder, just the open games. That doesn't count to the ladder rank. His last ladder rank was in May, and it was rather high, near 1000, while Rayoner, his ladder one versus one ladder rank is very low. It's near 450. Then after checking the ladder ratings of other players, I decided not to do that anymore because it will just spoil the result of the game, the most likely result of each match. So I'm just gonna say this information because I had it on my mind, and that's how I'm going to be casting this game in particular, with my brain knowing that information. Anyway, I really like to see people that does this thing of starting all upgrades and pausing them to use engineers to assist, because that's how I do, and I like to see other people doing the same way. It feels like I'm on the right path. But remembering his original ladder rating, I'm not so happy. Yeah, I would like to see an article on the forum about using this kind of upgrading system versus just letting the extractor upgrade itself. Yes, the pros and cons. I mean, the extractor can do a pretty good job of upgrading itself, but you have to remember to start a new one once the first one has finished. How much mass will you be wasting if you use engineers to do this upgrade instead of using engineers to do other things, or building tanks instead? Because engineers have also to move around in order to get to each mass. Anyway, we are already into 8 minutes in the game. Chile hasn't really gotten into the starting spot of Rayoneers, but has got into pretty much everything else. Just this little base is still untouched. There is Rayoneer's commander to defend it, but those mantis are very fast, and at least this part here will go down. He probably thinks that Rayoneers has some maxes here, but well, maybe not. He's not going there anymore. But yeah, Chile is just securing most part of the land, and with it securing most part of the mass. His mass is steady at 53%. The rest is probably reclaimed when it goes up to 100. While Rayoneer is only 33, or rather 28. So double the mass, double the units, and he is using them in very big groups, so every time he uses a group it's causing a big damage. While Rayoneer, with the Seraphim going for a quick tech 2, very usual for Seraphims, so he doesn't have a lot of mass to begin with, and he's using that to upgrade the factory and the mass deposits to Tech 2. So a lot of potential Tech 1 units or Tech 2 units being wasted just in that. So for Chile, who is only making Tech 1 units, not upgrading the mass, he is making a lot of units. Well, he's making a lot of engineers as well, but still, lots of more units from Chile right now. Well, here are some Tech 1 units, very good artillery, a very high rate of fire, the double rate of fire from other artilleries, which is very good against Tech 1 units. It does half of the damage, but it's more than enough to destroy Tech 1 units, or at least it's better than just one shot that normally misses against 2 shots at the same time, that you have a bigger chance of hitting something. I'm sorry if you can't understand all that I am saying. I sometimes tend to speak way too fast and without proper articulation of my mouth. But I have to practice, and I'm doing that by casting the games. Hopefully, if I keep casting, hopefully I will keep casting, in some time my cast will be much better. Anyway, here comes an army that was obliterated by Rayoner, leaving a lot of mass. If Rayoneers can send an engineer to reclaim that. One particular problem that we have in Supreme Commander that I didn't find in Total Annihilation: there are a lot of trees in the game, and when you leave an unit on patrol, normally she is just reclaiming this junk here that doesn't give much each time it reclaims, while instead of going reclaiming out this thing. In Total Annihilation, I was just used to send units to reclaim each particular wreck without a patrol order, and by doing that, being used to do that, it was way more effective to use to your advantage when you have such a mass pile to reclaim, like here and here. That will be quickly reclaimed and used against the other army. Right now he is sending some engineers, but this one is just to build, and this one doesn't even know what it's doing. Well, we don't know. But Toss is upgrading his extractors. We see some textual here already, probably somewhere else. I just can't see where and if it's upgrading right now, but most importantly, he is securing this part of the map with the commander, making a point defense. I like this map. Now I remember this was such a map that I had on weight game against another player. It looks smaller than it feels when you are playing. When you are playing, this map looks huge because you don't see the other opponent, and it takes a while to go from one side to the other. Yeah. At least for me. When I see this replay, it looks like such a small map. Anyway, here we have a big army clash. Is that an amphibious tank? Yes. He is using amphibious tanks instead of the original Tech 2 tank. Let me just say why. If I was watching the replay, I would do that right now. If I was watching the replay without casting, I'm sorry if if this breaks the flow of the game, I have to see. Probably some people will like to see just as much Reno, which is the basic Tech 2 tank. He does 45 damage per second, 25 damage, and 2 shots per second per se. While the amphibious tank, well, there are a lot of things here. 2 direct fires, one that does 200 damage every 4 seconds, I think so. Yes, judging by the damage per second, which is 50, and the other one 50 damage every 2 seconds, which is 25, and their cost are exactly the same in terms of mass. If you see the mass here, 297. Amphibious tank has a little less life, interesting. So he does 75 damage per second if you consider both weapons, while Reno does only 45 damage per second. His speed of the Reno 2.7, while Wagner 3.7. The Mantis, which is the fastest tech one, has a 3.7. So yeah, you can use it with the Mantis. Both have the same speed. The artillery, for instance, has 2.9 as speed, and here 2.9. Yeah. Engineer 1.9, just if you know, the engineer is low. 1.9, that's his number for his slowness. So that you can use it with the Mantis, very well grouped together. But here we say a lot of artilleries. Yeah, great artillery that has an EMP weapon, very good, very good against point defenses, as it freezes the point defense. Let's keep watching the replay. Even an anti-air here. Well, I'm sorry, I will turn on the always render strategic icons, because yeah, I hate it when we go very close like this, but there is a middle term, like I'm here now, that should have strategic icons still toggled in. Anyway, here we see even a tactical missile. Rayoner base is just being torn apart right now. Yes, the Wagner, the amphibious cannon, very nice use. Okay. Yeah, they finally found the commander, or he finally decided to go for the commander. And here it goes. GG. First game win by Chili Does Schaf. Let's restart the replay. If you don't know how I cast the games, I like to do a quick replay from the top view, sped up to +8. And this is it. I want to do a new cast of the battles. There is so much replays to cast, I will go through them now.